What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Satyr. And today we are talking about Chain of Gold, the first book in the Last Hours trilogy by Cassandra Clare. So this book is a sequel to the prequel of The Mortal Instruments. This is what's really weird about Cassandra Clare. So she keeps writing in the same world, and she kind of goes back and forth, right? We had The Mortal Instruments, and then while she was writing the second half of Mortal Instruments, she went back, she did a prequel, which was The Infernal Devices, and then she went forward, she did a sequel to The Mortal Instruments. I don't know what that one's called, but I know it's got Lady Midnight in it. I know I tried to read it and I found it kind of boring. And then we go back again to a sequel of Infernal Devices, which is what we are in now, which is the Last Hour trilogy, which is the Chain of Gold. We are about 20-ish years after the events of Infernal Devices, after Clockwork Princess, and we are following everybody's children. So we have Will and Tessa's children, we have the Carstairs coming back in, we have all of the Lightwoods. It's just really, really fun. And above all, we know that Cassandra Clare is basically writing Harry Potter fanfiction. We know how everything started. We know it all started with Harry Potter fanfiction, and never before have I read one of her books where I've been so aware that it is Harry Potter fanfiction, especially if you ever existed in those spaces. This book is really like the Marauders. It's really going back and telling the story of, James and Sirius and all of them, because we have, instead of the Marauders, we have the Merry Thieves, which is Will and Tessa's son James. We have Matthew, we have Thomas, we have Christopher. They are very much the Marauders. And then on top of that, we have Cordelia being introduced, who has red hair. She's in love with James. Her nickname is Daisy. It was very obvious that this was James and Lily. It was just, the parallels did not cease to amaze me. But at the same time, it also felt like a second gen fanfiction, because it was the children of all of the characters that we know and love from the Infernal Devices. So overall, I just found that to be really fun. And what I really liked about Chain of Gold was the tropes are amazing. We are in so much family drama. We are in the turn of the century, the 1910s. Things are popping off. We have Cordelia and Alistair, her brother, coming into London on the new fresh scene. Her father is in jail. She wants to prove his name. We have James and his parabatai Matthew. We have his sister Lucy, whose parabatai is going to be Cordelia. All of these people coming in, all of these crazy connections. And it's all centered around the fact that James is in love with Grace Blackthorn, which is the adoptive daughter of Tatiana Lightwood. And even though he is in love with Grace, Cordelia is in love with James, and this love triangle is never going to end, because what do we know about Cassandra Clare? She loves love triangles. This book is very long, so it's mostly what keeps the pacing going is all of this drama in the background, is all of these connections. And I will say, unlike all of her other books, the characters in this are so well done. I was in love with every single character. I was in love with everything they were doing. Honestly, even though it was so long, and sometimes I was you didn't need to do this. This book could have ended 3 hours ago. I was still into it because the drama was really great, and I just wanted to see what everybody was doing. The main plot of the story is about this demon who is attacking during the daytime. We find out that there's something going on with Tessa's father, which is a demon. She is a warlock, and what that means for James, what that means for Lucy. We have a ghost that Lucy is seeing as well. There's just kind of a lot going on. I felt like this book was setting up a lot of things, and I'm giving it an A-, and that's because I think it was setting up too many things and it went on too long. This book had 3 endings. It just kept going, and then it finally ended off with a mini epilogue way back from Clockwork Princess. There was a lot going on here. I do think that the book should have either chose to tell the story of everything that was happening with Tatiana and Grace, or it should have focused in on the demon. They are connected, and you kind of see how they are connected as the story goes on, but we have the climax with the demon, and then 2 hours later, we have a climax with Tatiana, and it's just a lot going on here. I also have a little bit of weird feelings about Tatiana. She is somebody who, if you'll remember from Clockwork Princess, her father turned into a giant demon worm. Her father was really weird, and he, ate her husband, and then her son died. A lot's happened to her. She's definitely a woman scorned, and I worry with how her character is gonna be handled. She's fun. She's a very fun character, I think, but I do worry, like, how she's going to be painted as the story goes on. I'm also wondering, like, what all's going to happen in the next book. I would almost feel, obviously the ending does leave off with a cliffhanger. Like, we know that there's going to be more books. There's already, the second book is out. I've already got it in my Audible. I'm excited to listen to it. But because of how much happens in this book, you would almost wonder if it was supposed to be a standalone, or maybe it's going to be a duology. I don't know. It's very action-packed. So what I would say is, I do really recommend The Chain of Gold. I don't think it means as much if you haven't read The Infernal Devices, so I think you should definitely at least have read that, but you don't need to have read anything else. Like, I kind of feel like her prequel books and then her main, like, trilogy books kind of stand apart on their own. Like, you could read the modern stuff, or you could read the turn of century stuff, and they, you know, it fits in their own kind of category, and I really enjoy that, because my interests definitely lie with Will and Tessa and everybody, and I am in love with their son James. He's great. Oh my god, Matthew Fairchild is the precious baby boy, and I want nothing but love and happiness for him. Lucy and Cordelia are the best of friends. I love them. I wish the world for them, and overall I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen in Chain of Iron. So I am giving this book an A-. It was a little bit too overstuffed, but overall the tropes were really great, and I really recommend it, and honestly I'm really living for this drama. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!